Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be one of our classic reads and I am going to get right to it because I'd like this to be a not so long reading. So because there's some sewing in the background which I don't want you guys to get too tired of. And yes, well, I got my gorgeous flowers. I'm going to put them in. Okay, let's get started. So let's get an oracle card for Divine Feminine first of all. Let's see what's going on. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you enjoyed the previous readings that I did. They were, especially the last one, is a little bit different format with the ancestor messages, but you know, whatever comes in. On occasion, I actually do ask the cards, what are we supposed to learn about? And then I figure out the answer. Maybe I'll do that again, either tomorrow or the day after, closer to the weekend. So let's see, what do we have for Divine Feminines? Number 18, listen, in stillness you meet your true self. Yes, I'm pretty sure we had something similar yesterday. It was about going into the heart space, and this is almost the continuation of it. It's also showing you this, I like this, to me this is the third eye chakra. So this is a prompt if you feel guided and you have your practices for chakra clearing. The third eye could be a good choice right now to be able to get into that stillness, right, and to have that connection with your true self, with your higher self. And there it is. I'm sorry guys, I really hope that they will be done by now, but it's just a little bit late in the day for me to try and find a spot outside where this is not gonna be heard, because I'll have to obviously look for it and walk for a while. So I'm just gonna get on with it. Apologize for the noise. Oh my god, look at that. We just had that in the last reading. There are no wrong turns. The message continues. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's not something that people process in like one go, in one breath, in one night, in one day, right? This takes time to realize why you made those decisions and whether it was genuinely kind of like a detour which you could have skipped, but this was your free will, your choice, or it was exactly along the path, because otherwise you wouldn't have gotten this kind of experience and knowledge. You know, we always contemplate that. I would just say from my own experience, it's better to focus on the substance, the meaning, the lessons, the outcomes, right, rather than what are you getting of it, rather than contemplating too much of like, why did I get here in the first place? How can I avoid it in the future? If you've learned your lesson, you aren't going to get into the same situation. If not, then there is of course a chance that you'll have another opportunity, and using your free will, you will be going into the same river, because you will need to relive that scenario again to get it fully. So what I'm getting generally is surrender for both of the twins today. Let's see what we have for the energies. So we've got Three of Pentacles and Page of Swords. It's funny because in this deck I get this kind of combination quite a lot. Don't know why, but maybe I need to meditate on it in my free time to see what additional messages could be here, just because it comes out so often. So to me, what I'm getting is that right now is a time to observe, analyze, and kind of get a feeling or a message or a download for what the next step should be. Do not rush with next steps. Be careful. It's more about quality and not quantity, not in terms of speed even, but in terms of making the right choice, so that you don't overspend your energy, you don't drain yourself, that you're really moving towards that high learning. You see the Page of Swords, she's looking into the distance, and she actually has her mouth kind of partly covered, which to me again symbolizes that it's not really time to speak, it's more time to kind of collect that information, that energy from the outside world and work with it and see where is it taking you, where you would get the most learning out of it, or ascension or freedom, you know. What do we have for the masculines? And by the way, for both of the cards, the oracle cards, the numerology number is 9. So for the feminines, we had card number 18, which comes down to 9. And for masculines, we had 27, which is also a 9. Okay. So once in reverse, anything else? Eight of Cups. Yeah, so the masculines realize now that they were partly guided by ego towards that choice that they made, and now they need to face the consequences. Like, realizing that there was a wrong choice is not enough, you know. We live in a world where if we went a certain way, we already built a certain life, right, in 3D space. We were connecting to certain people, we created or collected certain resources, right? It was different kinds of interactions with the world that we now a lot of times cannot just leave behind and move on and pretend like it wasn't there, right? So right now masculines are trying to see how they can reconcile the outcome and move on, not just without feeling guilty, but more importantly without having that burden, right? Like, they're trying to see how they can come out with a win-win solution out of this, so that they can fully release it and move on. For the connection, I'll actually take a different deck. I'm not gonna do the messages today, but I will do the connection space. Okay, I'm glad. Wow. So 2 cards that are really fiery, the Emperor and 3 of Wands. We're actually just about to step into it. So Emperor is the Aries energy. We're just about to step into the Aries season. Next week it's gonna start. And by the way, I will be doing the vernal equinox reading on Sunday, most likely, either Sunday or Monday. So that's coming. That's gonna be a very different format, and we'll see what it means for the twins. And here we have the Wheel of Fortune and Page of Swords, another Page of Swords, but it's a very different one. This is like the learning in progress, right? This is like the destiny is bringing in lessons, so you don't really need to work very hard and like, what is my next ascension journey? Which part of my life should I look into and work on, you know, like to grow and to get closer to union, to get further in mission, you know, whichever your focus is on right now. This is like, the message is that the twins have basically been presented with those all the time. Sometimes it's more vivid than at other times, but it's equally accessible, right? If you put down the ego and focus on the bigger picture, the universal language, the global collective, right? And how these specific events in your life really present a certain scenario that is relevant for the collective. That's important for you to be able to see that and to draw from it, not just for your own life, right? This is a start, but for the pattern of the collective overall and how it can be healed and how we can raise the vibration for this specific scenario, and what is the healthy template, right? Especially as twins, we are asked to put special attention towards relationships, connections between people, right? Towards building healthy, loving relationships versus what we see a lot of times in karmic situations. So this is like that body of knowledge that we are receiving, but there's a special emphasis on seeing the global meaning in it, not just focusing on specifically how it's triggering you, or acknowledging that it doesn't anymore because you've learned and you can even help the specific person move on. But yeah, seeing it as a bigger picture and seeing how you can apply it in your mission, in your twin flame journey, right? On that scale. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back with my readings very, very soon.